What's up, everyone? Welcome to another live stream of Crypto Cartel. We're having big market wide sell off. So, today we're going to be talking about what are the top meme coins that we're going to be buying the dip on. We know this has become the meme coin super cycle. And if Bitcoin is going to bounce, we think that some of the leaders that we've already been seeing are names that can keep winning. Winners keep winning. So, we're going to be taking a look at which ones look the best and which memes are set to continue outperforming in this bull cycle. So with that said, we're going to first take a quick look at Bitcoin to see how much are we actually going to dip, when should we even be looking to enter new positions, and we know Bitcoin's the north star of the market, so let's take a look at that first.
Awesome. All right. So, we've been giving you the update over the last few weeks for Bitcoin. We're still pretty bullish long term, but overall, it seems like we try to, break out of this trend and we continuously get rejected. And so, one of the things in the at least in the 4-hour time frame that I was looking at was, was this it? Was this the time to bounce from? Because we did bounce from 59,000 all the way up to 69,000, right? And then we got a sort of rejection up here. But, interestingly enough, if you pull the fib on this, and I was worried a little bit on if we were going to get rejected again last night. So that was probably a good potential for a short. But as you can see here, let me get rid of this. We did get rejected at we did hit the 786 twice and then came back down. So we couldn't get above that, right? And that on its own is already telling me that we may continuously come down. We did break trend here. And then one of the other things that I did notice was a shoulder, a cup and handle, which, is looking like it wants to take us down to about 62 to 63,000, right? So this is something to keep an eye out on. We're looking at these ranges here between 63 to 62 as a potential target that if we do continue to dump, then we could see an opportunity to buy some altcoins, some meme coins in this area, right? Crucial that we hold this area, because if we don't, then we're probably going to see, we're probably going to go back in the 50s, as we talked about it before. We want to see us still make higher highs, right? Our first low was 49,000. Our second higher low was 52,000. And if we don't hold 63 or 62, then we may see potentially 58 to 59. Again, depends on the news, depends on the elections. So just keep an eye out on that. As of now, I'm not as bullish, but that can change, depending on how the market turns out. So again, we're 10 days away from election. And so expect a lot of either sideways or volatility. So that's what we have for Bitcoin.
That's your base case. Your base case is we go lower.
Yeah, for now it is. I mean, it's looking weak. I mean, even with the news today that I think there was a proposal that Microsoft said they want to invest in Bitcoin. We had a nice pump, and then it's just dumped. So it's not enough. The news isn't enough right now. I think we're waiting for who's the next president to really get to making moves. So overall, a little bearish. If we don't bounce off of 65, then we're definitely coming down to 63. If not 63, then 59, 58, 59 range.
Nice. I think I'm gonna take over. I think you're right. I wouldn't read too much into anything that happens before the election. I think there's just gonna be a lot of positioning, a lot of chop, and
definitely a lot of chop.
I think what this is gonna create long term is an opportunity to essentially pick up the best alts at a discount. That's
Absolutely.
because, and we weren't even planning on looking at this, but if you look at the poly market election odds, right? Have you been watching this, Alex?
I've been getting news, so I know that their 60% is bullish on Trump winning.
Yeah, and
consensus. Mm-hmm.
And this is a huge lead, right? Like they were neck and neck the past month or so, and then in the last week or so. Well, there's a chart right here, right? In the this month in October, Trump took a huge lead. Around 20 days ago is when this up only lead started. And what I was talking about with someone earlier is this is almost bearish to me because the expectations are so high now that they have nowhere to go but down. And we all know Bitcoin is at the moment tied to the election outcome, with Trump obviously being the more bullish candidate. So with the election odds so high, at least on Polymarket, and I know the polls are different, but this to me feels like it's going to come down, and Bitcoin will likely come down with those odds because just because it's priced so skewed to Trump, right? Now, what I still I'm following the polls and stuff. I know Trump is still the favorite to win, so I think any dips are really just opportunities to get positioned in the best alts, and that's what today's show is going to be on the memes, that because memes have been the best performing sector, right? We know that. And dips on Bitcoin, if you're long-term bullish like we are, even if you get back in this channel, I think I'm not concerned until we lose the monthly open, which is around 63. And I think you had a similar support level as well, that you think that's an area we can bounce to 64. So I think everything between this and all-time high is just noise, and we're just watching, real positioning that is going to be near-term chop that isn't going to determine a long-term trend. What's going to determine a long-term trend is either breaking out of this, which I don't think is going to happen before the election, or we lose the monthly open, and then maybe Trump's odds go down, and if we lose this and we can't claim that, then that's time for concern. What do you think of that, Alex?
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's shot between now and then. And then, once we decide, who's winner, then I think we might find a direction from there, right?
Yeah, and we could even bounce from this area, right? Like this has been the first demand. Range. Yeah. We can maybe 65.
It's only, I mean, I honestly don't know. We're going to the weekend. There's not a lot of vault liquidity. So I can't really say if we will be able to hold or not, or maybe what we just had was our last dip and that was it. But I can't really say right now. I'm actually tethered up, and I'm not touching anything till maybe next week, or I'm really waiting for the elections, to be honest.
Interesting. Okay, well, let's take a look at what happened today. I think one of the big pieces of FUD that really brought the market down was this news about Tether. I don't know if you saw this, but there was a headline from the Wall Street Journal, I believe, that basically said, well, this was the response, but the initial headline was that Tether was getting investigated. Now, we know Tether FUD, there's two FUDs that keep coming up over and over again. One is China's going to ban Bitcoin, and one is Tether FUD. That Tether isn't solvent, that they have created more stables than they have in collateral. And this was the headline from Wall Street Journal and Bloomberg, apparently. Federal investigators probe crypto firm Tether. Okay, this was at 2 p.m. And if we look, this was definitely coinciding with where we saw a dip. Okay, but even before that, maybe it was getting front run. So adding to the FUD, adding to the downward momentum. But you had Paolo Andrino, one of the CEO of Tether, come out and say, we told the Wall Street Journal there's no indication that Tether is under investigation. Wall Street Journal is regurgitating old noise, full stop. So very strong statement of denial, no qualifications or anything whatsoever. So, as always, markets are quick to react, and we're going to see how this news is digested if anything comes out. But that's one of the reasons that we've continued to sell off. Now, I think the sell-off is creating an opportunity specifically to position into winners, because as we know, the crypto market's all about momentum. Winners tend to keep on winning. So again, when you see sell-offs, you want to check what's actually catching a bid in the sell-offs. and you can go to the top 100. Haven't heard of this coin, Safe. Have you heard of them, Alex?
No, I never heard of them.
Okay, so let's take a quick look at what's catching your bid today. Moo Dang. Wow, that thing came back to life. Okay.
Yeah, so I had
Moo
this
Dang.
one. So I had this one in one of our charts on our Telegram, and I did
Oh,
get
really?
stopped out. Yeah, I did get stopped out, but it went all the way out to like 50 million market cap, and then off the news that there was a Mudang, and I think it was like an organization, a nonprofit organization, got together, and that's what made it rip at least 4x from the bottom. So
That's hilarious. Then we have
yeah,
Virtual Protocol. Wow, we were looking. I think we looked at this 2 days ago in the last stream, and this thing is it's basically a pumped up fund for on-chain agents. So we know Goat had a huge run, and people are saying this could be the pumped up fund for on-chain agents. And apparently, this thing is going. It's flying. Moonwell, not sure what they do. Nasana is AI. So same usual suspects, right? AI and meme coins. And what we want to look at today is, Murad put out this table of these are every top performer this year is basically an AI. Almost every top performer, except for a few. So he says 14 of the top 20 best performing coins since the beginning of the year are meme coins. This is a meme coin cycle. Meme coin outperformance will continue in 2025. So when you get a dip like this, I think it's a good chance to potentially add to winners like this. And I think it's definitely something we should look at. Are some of these bigger meme coins going to continue winning? Do they still look bullish? Because they have outperformed everything. You can see the 14. There's very other few categories that are top performers year to date, and it's surprising not to see any all ones on here actually, which usually all ones are the big outperformers.
yeah,
So
yeah.
that's what today's show is going to be about. We're going to look at the top meme coins by performance, and we're going to see which ones are the best to position on in this dip. So do any of these catch your eye that we should start with that you maybe already are bullish on?
Yeah, I mean, I really like. Let's start with a 20 Bitcoin. I really like that one.
Oh, ticker Bitcoin, of course.
Ticker Bitcoin, yeah.
So yeah, this one I got a small bag of ticker Bitcoin, and this thing I've been chopped to death on this thing trying to play these breakouts, and it's got to be, I think, the most cursed chart I've ever traded by far. Like you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 failed breakouts. Finally, you break out, goes to 380, 390, and boom, just another fake out. So
I mean, I think we probably need to see a retest, maybe in like the 180 million market cap, 200 million market cap. Yeah, I would say there. Yeah, that would be a
this
good
is the
retest.
range where we've been in since July, since the summer, and clearly some demand at the bottom of this range. You've done generally well if you bought near the bottoms and sold these failed breakouts that I keep longing. But so you think we get a retest of here, like 200 mil, between 200 mil to this could even, you don't think this is the retest of this old wick?
Sorry, you are on the weekly. Can you go on the daily? I'm not a big fan of the wicks, to be honest with you. But yeah, we could. So I mean, I would say anywhere between like starting where we're at right now, the wick, all the way down to I think 170, or if you go back to the weekly, I think it said 170 to 160. So go there, a little lower, there.
These, right? Yeah, 180.
Between 180 to 200, I'd probably start DCAing because it looks like it has a lot of power. With a 250 million market cap, it's a strong community. So, I think this is a really good one. An easy 5x to 10x. Easy
You think
5x.
this goes to a billion?
Yeah. This is ETH,
This,
right? So we have a bunch of ETH degenerates that they'll probably pile on.
yeah, I tend to agree. Um, I might just sell out and re-enter, but I think if you go near term, yeah, this looks pretty bearish, right? Like kind of like an M double top
Yeah.
pattern, and it does
Yeah.
look like we're going back to this at least 200,
I think that
250.
200 is a sweet spot to start DCAing.
Yeah, so I'm gonna add this here as a reminder. But yeah, I agree. I think it's going to retest that range. I think that one's pretty simple. But when you have a consolidation this long, it's just like coiling up to make a big move like this, right? And this could be the retest before the next leg. So definitely one to keep an eye on.
Yeah.
I guess we could take turns. I think the next one that's near and dear to my heart is PopCat. And I actually bought some PopCat just because I wasn't sure if it was going to go yet, and I wanted to be along for the ride.
Yeah.
But I think we did get a pullback, which is fine. I think I'm fine DCAing on this. To be honest, I think this could go to 10 billion. What do you think?
It's crazy. It is already at 1 billion, which continuously blows my mind thinking about
Yeah,
it.
but if we look at, let's just go to the categories, right? Of actually, let's go to this thing. This is the meme coin super cycle chart. Looks like it's not working. Oh, yep, there we go. So if you look, like obviously Doge is on top, Shiba, everything here is a dog, okay? But who's to say there shouldn't be also a cat at 10 billion, right? If cats are just as popular as dogs in the world, why not? So my bet is that this at least gets to 5 billion. I could see getting between 5 to 20 billion is my target. I know it's a wide range, but for it's like a very safe bet to me to bet this goes to 5 billion. What do you think?
Yeah. Here, let me pull up my let me share my screen really quick.
Yeah.
So
I mean, mine's pretty simple. I have it in this flag. I'm adding on dips. I think this is it's already gone. It's going on its parabolic phase. So I don't want to miss that. But yeah, would like to definitely be interested in seeing where you would bid this.
yeah, I mean, honestly, we've went on a really nice run. I mean, it was incredible. We saw it from 48. It basically did a 2x, 2.5x. I'll be looking here right now. If we continue to respect the trend, we're going to continue to go higher. There's no doubt. But if we do break down, I expect it at around 900 million to 700 million for that.
I don't think we get below $1 unless Kamala wins.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like ranges where I could potentially add in. I'm not saying they're going to go there, but this is just a potential idea, right? So I'd be looking at these levels here. Again, we may get it, we may not, but for me personally, I would look at these levels here. We do have a lot of bearish divergence here, which, if Bitcoin does pull back, Solana pulls back, I think everything's going to pull back, right? So I think it's realistic if Bitcoin does pull back to 63 to maybe 58. I think it's realistic to get it back to here. If we don't, then yeah, I mean, this is going to continue to run. Now, in terms of, are we going to get to 5 billion, 10 billion? I could see that. Yeah, there's no doubt in my mind.
It's the leader of the cats. So it's kind of the Doge of cats. The way I think of it.
Yeah.
Now, let's keep in mind the theme of today is what are we buying for the best risk return? Because it's always less risk to bet on the leader, right? So for ticker Bitcoin, it's not a leader, and we're essentially betting it could 5x. We're also saying PopCat could 5x, but it could go to 15 to 20x. So if you had to pick one or the other, and obviously timing the entry is what matters, but I think PopCat is in the lead so far. So let's see what else we got here. You can just stay on the screen.
Word.
Let's take a look at Giga. And this is one that I felt like I missed. That I don't. I mean, I get it. Like, I get why people buy this. Like, I guess they identify as a Giga Chad, but I don't see how this goes to 10 billion. Compare
10
this,
billion? I don't see a 10 billion. Maybe like a billion,
right?
maybe
Which is
two.
only a 2x from here.
Yeah, I don't honestly. I think cats have more of an alpha than Giga. So
It's the yeah. You don't know. Like, there's no culture coin. I don't think any of them are above a billion. So if it was to
yeah,
run like that, it would be the first. All the stuff about a billion is either cute dog, cute cat, or a frog, which is Pepe.
yeah. No, I mean, yeah. I think this is a good coin on the dips, but other than that, I personally wouldn't even look at this one. I would stick with what's always been performing. What do you think?
Well, this is the top performer year to date for meme coins.
Giga.
Yeah,
All right, let's see. So
but it's also because it started from such a low base, right?
yeah, I mean, I was looking at this. We did start, the real pump in July or June, late June, right? And yeah, we
Basically,
did.
when Murad, this is one of Murad's biggest shills. That's why.
Well, it makes sense, right? Because he also showed 69 or SPX 6900.
Yeah, we're gonna take a look at that one next.
Honestly, I don't have much to say about this one. Not a big fan. I mean, I
More
really
of like
don't.
a potential trading one than a buy and hold, right?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't got much for this one, man.
All
This
right,
was
let's move on to
yeah.
SPX.
I think XPX would be a more interesting one.
SPX. Now, this one I could see it making a big run. I'll tell you why. So, SPX, their whole thing is they're gonna flip the stock market. Okay.
Yeah,
Now, this taps into similar energy as the GameStop people, right? If those GameStop apes align with this kind of vision of like FU to hedge funds and traditional finance, then I could see this really taking off. And we know those people when they ape big.
yeah. I think I agree with you on that one. It's a big fu to the market, and it's only at 90 million, which honestly I thought it was way higher. It surprises me.
No, this is at 900 million. I
Oh,
think this is just the supply on Solana. I think
let's see the 9 month.
that's
Oh no,
Giga.
so it's six. It says 6 million here.
That's Giga.
That's gig. Oh well, damn it, SPX. All right, let's see. What's the oldest one? 9 months.
I think it's on ETH, maybe.
Oh, it's on ETH. All right.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, then I could definitely see that even more. It would be great if they made it able to trade within with
It
Solana as well.
it is. It's on multiple chains.
Oh, then yeah, this is gonna go, man. This is going. Yeah, 744 million market cap.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, this is a runner. I think what you said is pretty spot on, especially with market sentiment in general. Like we want crypto to perform way better, and it's a big fu to everyone working in the markets, right? So I mean, what we're at 7. So I could see this one at least to like a 5 billion peak bull run minimum, and that's minimum. And the more this gets traction, the more people get to know about it. What are they going to invest? They're like, yeah, SPX 6900. That's the way to go.
And it's not really dipping much.
This is a very
Compared to the
healthy one.
market.
Exactly. This is probably one of the healthiest ones I've seen. Yeah, I mean, this is really good.
Yeah, and we'll do one more of Murad's highest conviction ones. I think it's Giga, SPX. Oh, we did his highest conviction ones. Giga, Popcat, SPX. Let's take another look at the table, see what we can do next. So I'm gonna share my screen.
Yeah, go for it.
But honestly, I think like with Giga and Popcat, I think you're probably good. I mean, I don't know, like Mog, all these other ones I'm not feeling as strong on, or I think newer stuff can do better.
Yeah, newer stuff can do
Um, I think Mog, like you're getting the worst cat coin than Popcat. Some people say it's like culture and cat coin, but I don't know. And NPCs is an interesting one. Uh, have you looked at NPC?
I've seen it a long time ago, but you wanna chart this one out?
NPC is basically like the concept of a non-player character.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've
That's
seen it before, but
it's
I've never really
essentially a
gotten
play
it.
on that.
Let's see. So what do you got? Let's see. So
It looks
270 million.
yeah, and really bullish market structure. I think right away. But yeah, this is an interesting one. Like it looks like it might want to come back in this range, right?
Yeah, yeah,
And you're gonna want to see sort of like a retest instead of like actually acceptance in the range, which so far I think it is. But I wouldn't ape this just yet. I think I am bullish on the idea because I just see a lot of people using this term now, NPC, and even Elon Musk tweets NPC all the time, right?
yeah,
So I think you could maybe, if you want to bet on this being a retest, this seems like the area to bid here.
yep. That looks about right.
And you're
Yeah,
betting that it's you want to see it hold this kind of diagonal trend line. And if you're looking at it from like and it isn't a bullish trend on the EMA, so that's a good sign. Stochastic is kind of reset at the bottom, also another good sign. So if you are playing this breakout and playing this as a retest instead of a getting back in the range, I think this thing it definitely looks like it could have legs. Uh, but it is, yeah, I would say I'd buy lower. I'd buy around 300 million. I wouldn't buy here. And I know it's only 10%, but you make your stop at like, I mean, it's not a bad risk reward as a trade.
yeah.
And
Especially
I do,
if the support holds, I think that should be you should start DCAing maybe now, and if it gets slower, you DCA, and it should be a good trade to the upside.
yeah. And I think as long, yeah, it's just tough because it's got these weird old highs, right? Like it's got a higher high, and then it isn't higher lows. So that just to me feels like it could come back. But it could. Well, you if it does come back, you basically want to see it like make do something like this, right? Like, and it holds maybe the mid range
There you
here.
go. That looks
That's
good.
what I would be looking for.
That looks good. What about? Can you go to the weekly? How are we
Yeah,
looking there?
weekly looks I'd say stronger because you have these wicks here in that range, and the
It's
wicks
that.
obviously that's
Yeah.
strong demand of strong buying demand right there.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean I think like risk reward wise and structure wise, this looks good for at least a 3x. Let's see what else we got. Turbo. Turbo is an interesting one to me because it was the first kind of AI meme coin. And I think the story, I'm not 100% sure, but I think the story was an AI thought of this coin.
Didn't know the story
Uh,
behind it. Okay.
I think, I mean, let's look into it to make sure we're not butchering
Yeah,
that. But retesting this old all-time high.
that's good. That's actually really nice to pick up on.
Turbo token. First AI generated meme coin. Okay, so we know AI meme coins are really taking off. And if it's the first, it's got a different twist than Goat, which Goat is the first one to be showed, the first cult, but this is just a straight up meme. Inspired by AI, the project creator turned to GPT-4 with a simple challenge: create the next generation meme coin. Next great meme coin starting with a budget of $69. It's got a lot of
Incredible.
exchange support, right?
Yeah,
So, but what I struggle with is already a million, right? I feel like we might have missed the train on this one.
it's already at a what? Sorry.
A billion, sorry.
It's 640 right now.
Oh, okay. Oh, it hit a billion. It topped
Yeah, it
out.
is.
Let's
Yeah.
switch to market
So
cap here.
that's psychological levels, right? So probably everyone was like, all
It
right,
topped
we
out,
have been doing-
yeah, 900.
yeah.
So where would you take a fib from here? Would you take it from this
Yeah,
last?
exactly from that one. Yeah, yeah, that looks good.
Okay, so
So
that's
let's
not
do-
bad actually.
yeah,
600 mil.
so I would take two fibs. All right, so do that one and then do the other one. Do the other fib closer to the other one because I think this is perfect because you have 618 on where your blue line is, and I think that's a perfect pickup.
This one.
Uh, yeah, there. Yeah, it kind of aligns with the 6.8 and the 7.86, right? So I like your blue line. I really like your blue line there within that range there. I think it's pretty good.
Yeah, this looks really bullish. Like it
Yeah,
doesn't look like it wants to give you an entry. Um,
and the fact that it's on exchanges right now, that makes me even more bullish. You know,
I think anywhere retesting 500, anywhere under 600 million.
it's a
I
great
think,
buy.
yeah, and it is in that category of AI meme coins that people want to bet on. Yeah, and I mean it's already down 30% from its old high. So I think your downside is basically capped.
Yeah, yeah. Half a mil, I think, is a good punt. Yep,
Yeah,
half a mil to 42 to 40 450. Great levels.
half a million for a 10x, right? Basically, I could see this going to 5 billion.
Yeah, especially being the first one.
If we go to the AI meme coin, AI meme category, like you have to think retail is going to look at this category, right? And they're going to see one,
Absolutely.
two, Goat, Turbo. Uh, so,
How
and
about
if you look at
like
the
Corgi
volume,
AI? Jesus.
what's that?
Corgi, if you go back to market cap, how is Corgi AI third? What? Had no
Those,
idea.
yeah, that was one of the first runners on AVAX, I believe. But if you look at volume, Turbo's second. All right, so you can't fade that kind of volume. Uh, yeah, I'm gonna be looking at this one to take a position. Now, next, this isn't on the list, but obviously would be on the list uh, had it been released earlier this year in terms of performance. Is of course Goat, right? Staying with the AI meme coin Meta. Uh, I had a couple tweets here, but it's being kind of slow. But you want to take a quick look at Goat, Alex?
Yeah, let's do it. I've been eyeing Goat for a while now. Both Goat and Farcoin have been, one of the ones that I've been looking for an entry there. But let's take a look
Yeah, I
here.
took some profit. I had some positions. I took, some profitable trades, and I left half just to see how things would shake out in case
That's
they
probably I
kept
think
going. But
that's probably the best thing you could do. Leave half of it in there. So for now,
yeah,
what I've been seeing is a lot of support here. This is a lot of it's creating a lot of support. People have been let's get to the smaller time frames. People have been buying up this region, right? They're buying it up, buying it up. It dips here. So this is a really good support region. That it's already been created. There's no support at all around here, but they've made I think everybody has made this region a support area. It looks like a shoulder, head and shoulder, right, to the downside. So I'll give you both bullish and bearish scenarios. So bearish is we come down all the way to 31, the 310 million market cap, right? It does line up with the support regions here too. Let's see if it adds up with the fib really quick.
Wait, you're saying if it loses 600 mil?
Yeah, so I'm giving you the bear scenario right now, right? So bear scenario is shoulder, head and shoulder. And look, I put in the flag, right? And look, it literally hits the 786. That's magical, right? So again,
where's that? That's 300 mil.
Yeah, that's 300 mil.
That would be a great. I'd ride that thing again back to billion.
Dude, I'm aping like 30K there, but so
I don't see it happening though. I don't see it happening. Yeah. This thing's got too much.
Just giving you both scenarios, right? And then in terms of the bullish scenario, you can make this even into like a flag, because I've seen these play out where it just bounces, and it just continues to rip. I would say, we'll look at that in a second, but what I'm looking at here is more of like here. So two targets really. The next one would be 1.18 billion. And then obviously the higher would be like 1.4, 1.5 billion, right? Market cap. So those are the two scenarios. If you look at the upside and the downside, clearly the upside is, way better than the downside. But again, if it's the bearish scenario and the bullish scenario. So I think it's really important to hold this area here, which is the 59 million market cap. So definitely keep an eye on this. If we break down, we may get scooped up again, but this is a really good support region. It's been on support since for the last 2 days. We've been creating support.
Yeah, there's a strong bid. Good sign. Strong bid there.
Yes, that's a good sign on this one. But yeah, both bearish and bullish. That's what you got.
Let me give my quick take on this.
Yeah, go for it.
This is still a big holding of mine. I did take some profit just after the Binance listing, because usually those are like liquidity events, but similar to WIF and Bonk and Pepe, when those sold off after Binance listing, that was actually an opportunity to buy the dip. So I'm wondering if we're having something similar again. And so I have the fib this is from the Pico FUD bottom, right, 155-ish. And if we look at like the recent run up to 930, we can see that it's looking to hold this 0.382, which would be very bullish for me. But what's not so bullish is you had a bearish cross here on the 1 hour. And that's kind of when I decided, like, well, let me get out and see how this shakes out. Kind of faked out again, like a fake bull cross, and then another bear cross, which is really bullish, really bearish to me. Like, this momentum is it's stalled out. You're also getting a bit of a head and shoulders here. But, these don't always play out. Like, a lot of times these are fake outs too. And that's, big players, market makers like to fake people out with these classical patterns. But, if it were to play out here, and again, it would be losing this key level of 640. Similar to you, yeah, 300 million. 300 million would be a great buy, in my opinion, like a awesome opportunity to, I think, do a 10x, a clean 10x at 3 billion. But I don't think that's max bearish scenario, in my opinion. From the bull perspective, we are holding that key level of 640. And then you have this trend on the 4 hour that has been pretty well respected since the start, with the exception of, again, the FUD. This blue line, the 12 4-hour EMA. So, but again, you can see the lines clearly are shifting from up and to the right to the side. And look what happened last time it went to the side, right? Big dip. So definitely a cause for concern for near-term momentum, I'd say. And you want to see, not a fake out like this. You want to see sustained price action up here above this, above 715, I'd say. Like, so just have to see how this is shaking out. It could just turn into like a range here, right? And it's ranging and consolidating before the next leg. But if we lose 640, I think we get 550, 550 to 500. I think will be bid.
Probably, yeah. I think
It will be
that's
bid.
also a great area to bid. But then, yeah, I think five is a really good one.
Yeah, I think below 5, you're really looking at retesting 300. So, but yeah, I mean, definitely a little concerning now. It's in a bit of a bear flag too here. So I'm still holding. I'm not gonna sell just because this thing will just rip for no reason sometimes. But I am looking to re-enter like the position that I sold. Uh, so yeah, but you do have like several touches, right? Like you got to remember this thing's only 2 weeks old and it's shown an incredible run. So there's bound to be profit taking at some point. But you do have 1, 2, 3, 4 wicks here. But I almost feel like it's not testing it as support. It's testing like it's gonna fail one of these, right? So yeah, I'd say overall, I gotta, even though I have bag bias, I gotta admit this looks like it wants to go lower.
I mean, I think 500 is a good level, to be honest with you. Looking at it, 500 should be a good level. If we break 500, then yeah, maybe a little lower. But I think overall, I like the 500 for that deviation, and then maybe continue to rip up.
Yeah, like this
There,
old
yeah,
old all time high.
exactly, yeah, because we
And then
did
you also
struggle
have like
there.
this impulse. That's where this last move started. So
Yeah,
yeah, I agree, man. And then you got the bear flag going there.
yeah,
Um, yeah, but it could just fake everyone out. I mean, it just ran to 800. What was that? 3 hours ago.
yeah.
Uh, yeah, I mean, this has been a really tricky one to trade. So I think we have. I think I got to wrap up here, Alex. But I think we covered
Sounds
most
good.
of them. We covered all these other ones. I think maybe we look at on the next show. Like Mag,
Yep.
there's a couple here that I like Maga, Pepe, Ponky,
Oh, this
Banana.
really quickly. Speaking of MAGA, keep an eye out on MAGA ETH, on Trump ETH, and on Tramp on Sol, because right now I'm looking at Tramp on Sol, and holy crap, it's ready to do a nice 1x. I did pick some up when it was 10 cents, so right now it's at 30, but it's looking to hit like 66, 67. So I think the market in general is really bullish for Trump.
Yeah, and if you think about it, if he wins the election,
It's gonna run.
this thing will rip. I'm surprised it looks so bad, honestly, because
Look at the one on Sol.
I think at 100 mil, I'd probably buy. If it does come to 100 mil again, I'd buy like pretty good size, because that's a clean 5 to 10x, I think.
Definitely.
Yeah, and we break this range maybe. All right, we'll look at the one on Soul real quick. Then I gotta go. But you said you bought this one?
Yeah, so I remember we talked back in like August, and it was like one of the most it was like 10 million market cap,
Yeah, this
right?
this looks
And
super bullish.
so, and that's a flag that's ready to rip. So I've been keeping an eye on that one too.
Are you still in it,
That whole
or did you take
yeah,
profit?
I took some profits, but I left a little bag in there. But in general, I mean, it was common sense when it was like a 12 mil market cap, right? People are not timing in or putting
Yeah,
pricing in
this
the
is a beautiful
elections.
accumulation zone right there.
Yeah.
You can't ask for a
So
better bottom there.
all-time high, what was it on this one?
I think it was in the hundreds of millions. I mean, near term target flags going to
60.
60 mil. I don't know if it gets back to all time high, but I could see it getting back to 80 mil.
Yeah, I mean, chart looks similar to ETH, right? To the MAGA ETH.
Yeah,
But
I
again,
mean, if it
it's
is,
a
I think
good.
it is the biggest Trump coin on Sol. So I mean, Sol people love to ape, and once the meta catches on,
Yeah, this is gonna. So yeah, keep an eye out on this one, guys. Election's coming up. I don't know how Harris will do. Kamala Harris. I forgot her coin, what it looks like. So, but yeah, that's all we have.
yeah, this looks really good. Even if it breaks this flag, I think like retesting this range
Oh, for sure.
is
Yeah.
a great trade. So, all right, so I think that covers everything. These are the best coins to maybe look to buy a dip on. If you want to get exact entries on where we're personally buying them, make sure to join our Telegram. Follow us on Twitter. We're gonna add those in the description. And thanks.